If Lita can't repair it, I'm not sure if Lita's going to pull enough SCVs off to repair this. Yes, he is repairing it for the moment, but now he's coming with those siege tanks. Stork spotting the siege tanks with that observer, though, so he's going to know when to pull those Dragoons back. It looks like Stork has dropped a couple of Dragoons to take out that dropship. Oh, Stork and his shuttle play. Stork has some of the best shuttle play. Scratch that. He has the best shuttle play in the game. Best shuttle play, best Dragoon play, and some of the best Reaver play I've ever seen. And it looks like Lita is setting up his macro, though. He's getting all of his factories out to compete with Stork, and he's just going to get a huge army in the middle, lay mines all over the place, and Stargate coming up for Stork. So there's no telling what he's going to go for here. He's either going to go for carriers, which didn't work out too well for him against Fantasy on this map, I believe. What did he go? Yeah, I think he went carriers on this map against Fantasy. Well, he switched for carriers anyway. It just did not work out for him. So I'm guessing he's going to go for arbiters this time, which is a much safer choice. A much more versatile unit than a carrier. Because these days, when a Terran player scouts a carrier build, you're pretty much screwed because the Goliath micro will just rip into them. You see Stork coming up here with some more Dragoon micro. He's going to deny mining there with a single Dragoon. So it's very efficient on Stork's part. He has a bunch of Dragoons out here, and he has an observer in the area, knowing when Lita sieges and unsieges, so that's definitely going to help him. I don't think he has a whole lot of Zealots right now. He's going to need a Zealot army eventually to tackle this tank troop, because a big clump of Dragoons can really, really get hurt by a big clump of siege tanks. And Lita's getting a bunch of Vultures out here too, so that'll be easier to surround the Dragoons and lay mines all around them if he has the proper Vulture control, which Lita does have excellent Vulture control. He might have the second best in the game at the moment, behind Fantasy, of course. So he's laying more mines, and he's pushing into the natural of Stork's. And at this point, Stork has got to just fly around and be as annoying as possible. That's what you got to be as a Protoss. You got to be annoying from the very first scouting probe. Oh, a lot of Vultures going down. I think Lita is trying to get the surround with a bunch of mines, and now he's coming in with a ton of siege tanks. Dark Templar in the area working kind of as a Zealot bomb there to take out one of the tanks. And, yeah, Lita is slowly but surely pushing into the middle. He's going to need a lot more Vultures. He's coming in, with a bunch of Vultures. I think Stork will be able to block this, though. You see Stork coming in with all of his Zealots. They are not speed upgraded Zealots. I'm not even sure. Well, yeah, obviously he has a Citadel of Adum. If he techs to Arbiters, the Arbiter Tribunal was up there earlier, and Lita causing so much damage with these 3 Vultures, and the 3 Vultures not even down yet, laying even more mines for it. Stork to just get dragged into. All those Zealots might go down by mines. Oh man, Lita's Vulture play here is just absolutely insane, dropping even more mines there. And oh, Stork almost lost all of his Zealots in that attack, but he finally gets rid of those pesky 3 Vultures. Man, if Lita can do that with 3 Vultures, I hate to see more Vultures come into play here. And the Stork is still trying to keep Lita's push away. That's what he's got to do. He's got to wait for Arbiters to come out, and then he can defend his bases. He's taking another base down there at the kind of 5 o'clock position. That's kind of a hidden base for Stork. It's a very risky play from him. But he has a base down there, and it's not being harassed, so I don't think Lita knows about it just yet, although he might have just scanned it because he's going down with some Vultures, and these Vultures might just eaten to the probe line here. Yeah, Lita's going down. He's going to spot that base. There are a couple of cannons there, but that's it. And I think Lita's just going to pretty much suicide into here and get a bunch of probe kills. Oh, look at probe genocide. It's an atrocity, but it looks like a bunch of probes did manage to escape there. I thought everyone would die. But Stork's still holding his own. He has Arbiters out. Yes, he has Arbiters, so he's going to be able to push in if he has Observers and be able to push back Lita for the time being. And as soon as Lita sees those Arbiters, as soon as he scans them, he's probably going to work towards Science Vessels because he's not going to be able to keep up the scan to fight back the Arbiters. It's best for a Terran to go Science Vessels against Arbiters these days anyway, so you can EMP them and keep them from doing very big, awful recalls into your bases, which are almost impossible to get out. Stork is in here with his observer, so he spots everything happening. There's a single Marine in, and Stork might be pushing this. I think Stork is going to push through this gigantic mine field. He's going in with a couple of zealots, but not a whole lot. Stasis from Stork on a bunch of tanks. Now he's going in with all of his dragoons as well. Fighting up here, he has just enough zealots. He's coming in with some backup zealots to drill through the tank line. Going to surround everything that Lita has. Lita has a couple of Goliaths out here, so I think he did scout that arbiter build. Now Lita is being pushed back into his base by just a ton of dragoons and a bunch of zealots, and Stork is just pushing through here. Now that he has stasis, he will be able to pretty much stop Lita from doing that push, but he's got to do some mine clearing. If one of those mines lands on that entire group of dragoons, it could completely swing the game, and Stork knows that. He's going around here. He has a shuttle in play. He's probably going to use that to harass pretty soon because Lita is not expanding again. He's taking the double gas over at the 3 o'clock position, so he's going to have that double gas up soon, and that will help his science vessel production if he is going for science vessels. Okay, it looks like Lita, he still has some tanks in here. He kept Stork away from those stasis tanks so he could save them, which was smart on his part. Now he's getting up that double gas and another expansion, so he might actually be ahead in bases against Stork here in a little bit. Both players are mining out in their mains. Stork's pushing up here through the minefield, and those stasis tanks are still there. They are unstasis and ready to fight Stork back once again. So Lita's actually doing a pretty good job defending and holding his own. But like I said, he's got to get out science vessels or something else. He needs some other kind of tech to fight Stork off at this point. He's coming down here trying to stop another base. He's done some great, really awful harassment with vultures in this game. Not fantasy-esque, but still very, very good. And wow, Stork's coming in here with a harassment of his own with a Dragoon in here. I'm not sure what he's doing with that Dragoon, just kind of running it around. You gotta love Dragoons. 1 or 2 laps around the base, and then I'll go through the choke. But Dragoon coming down, and that Dragoon is confused. I think that Stork kind of lost track of that Dragoon over there. It just assumes that it's doing damage. Now he lets it pick at the SV a little bit more. And there is Lita is building turrets all over the place now, so he's getting ready for recall, which I'm sure that Stork is researching if he doesn't have it done already. Science vessels are in for Lita. He has a science facility floated off so he can get some more vision in the middle of the map, so he can take the middle and hold the middle. And he's making it very difficult for Stork to take bases at this point with these vultures. These vultures are being awful for Lita. And now Lita has a huge tank force on the ground, so Stork could be in a little bit of trouble here. I see the game froze a little bit there, but I doubt they're going to pause at this point in the game, because come on, it's just an exhibition game. And Stork's coming up here. He's going to drill through an EMP on the Arbiter and a bunch of Dragoons. So Stork's smartly getting the hell out of dodge, because if the siege tanks had ranged those Dragoons would have been done. So done. And while Stork is still harassing, very nicely harassing over here, he's going to lose his troops to that siege tank, but he's still in here with that Dragoon, still getting harassment. And at this point, I think Stork should invest more in shuttles and get even more harassment on Lita, because you know Lita's going to get a lot of damage done with even more Vulture run-bys soon. That's basically, it looks like that is Lita's plan, to just take the middle and throw Vultures out to harass the bases of Stork. So Stork basically, he's being fought off by Lita here. Lita, he's still losing this base to the single little ragtag group. The Inglorious Bastards. Great movie, by the way. But okay, Stork is still in the middle. He's still holding Lita back. But Stork really needs to think about taking another base. He is taking another base down there at the inside 5 o'clock. That's going to be extremely difficult to defend, though, especially against Vulture harassment. But it looks like he's coming down. Another EMP on a bunch of Dragoons, and Lita is still inching forward with the Dragoons. Stasis on a couple of tanks, but it's not going to be enough. He needs to get a second stasis in here, but I'm not sure if he has the energy to do it. He's still pushing, though. I'm not sure why Stork is pushing this. Another EMP there, but a nice stasis from Stork. Absolutely clutch stasis play, but he's still, I think he's behind in troops here. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to do this. Stork needs to focus a little bit more on his Dragoon micros so he can come up here and take out these siege tanks. He lost a bunch of units there, but he did stasis enough to get the job done. But Lita is taking command of this game once again. From the beginning, he took the command, but now he's taking it back from Stork. Stork has really got to get out more units here. He doesn't have nearly enough units. He kind of suicided them into the tanks from Lita. Although, oh, it looks like Stork, he has all of his arbiters down here, so he might be thinking about doing some recalls soon. He has 3 arbiters, so he could be going for triple recall or something ridiculous. Or he could be using those arbiters for harassment or something ridiculous like that. Now he's still pushing the middle, though. Coming in with Zealot bombs, I believe. He's going with the shuttle. And he's still suiciding troops. I'm not sure why Stork is committing himself so much to taking all that out. Yeah, like I said, this inside 5 o'clock base, very, very vulnerable, and he's not going to be able to put that back up again. Going out with a couple of Dark Templar. This is smart on Stork's part. The science vessels are not down here, and those tanks cannot fight back against the Dark Templar, so he does take those down.